Hello P4 again. So this is your introduction tutorial to our brand new science topic, which is all about states of matter. What am I talking about? So like I said, this is your introduction. I'm not going to go into your homework that's in the next tutorial. This is just an introduction as to what I am talking about when I'm saying states of matter. Let's start with what's the matter? What is matter anyway? Matter is everything. Okay, that sounds confusing. Basically, everything is made of matter. The only thing that's not made of matter is literally nothing. That's confusing as well. So what I mean is there are places in outer space where there is actually nothing there at all, and there is no matter there at all. There are other parts of outer space which does have matter. In fact, we're on a planet which is made of matter, and we're breathing matter. And actually, if you touch your arm, that's matter too. You're made of matter. There are different types of matter. We've got all different sorts of names for different types of matter, like carbon, like nitrogen, like oxygen, like hydrogen, all different types of matter. I don't need you to memorize them all right now. If you wanted to get an idea of all the different types of matter, you could look at something called the periodic table, which is a whole list, or the entire list of matter that we've found so far. But just accept for right now that everything is made of matter, including you. You're made of matter too. So if you think you don't matter, you do matter because you are matter. Okay, so that is matter. However, there are three states of matter. Basically, that means it's the same matter, but it appears in different ways and has different characteristics. A little bit like personalities have different characteristics, like we had a look in literacy. So every person's slightly different. Every state of matter is slightly different, even though the matter itself is still the actual same thing. Confused? That's okay. I'm going to explain a little bit more about it now. So states of matter. Let's start off with the very first one here. So the three states of matter, there they are listed for us: solids, liquids, or gas. Solid, liquid, or gas. They're the three states of matter. Literally every type of matter can exist in those three states, but of course different sort of things in the environment can change that state of matter. Usually it's temperature. Temperature will change the state of matter. So let's have a look at some examples, shall we? Okay, changing states of water. So water is a state of matter. Water, I should say, is a type of matter, but it changes depending on the temperature. So what happens when you freeze water? When you get water down to 0 degrees centigrade or below, it freezes. So water changes into a solid, basically ice. So ice cubes in your freezer, if you wanted to go to your freezer and have a look if you've got any ice in there, that's a solid form of water. You can touch it, you can pick it up. What else can we say about solids? As you can see, there's a picture of some ice cubes there. So it's something you can physically touch and pick up and manipulate by picking it up yourself. Most of the things that surround us are solids. So yes, of course, your body is solid. Most of it is, not all of it, but most of it that you can actually touch right now is solid. The table in front of you is solid. Probably the computer or the tablet or the phone in front of you is solid. Solids are everywhere. You can look around left and right and you'll see a solid right now, I'm pretty sure. The walls around you are solid. So yes, that's solid. Solids are the easiest one to view and look at. All right, now, as you pick up that ice cube and it melts in your hand, it's becoming warmer. And as we can see, when an ice cube gets above 0 degrees centigrade, as it starts to get warmer, it turns into a liquid. Water as a liquid we're quite familiar with as well. We drink it almost every day. A lot of the body inside is made up of water, liquid water. There are liquids are all around us. Again, go to a fridge, have a look in a bottle, and you will see different types of liquid. It might be oranges, might be, what else? Milk. Now, a lot of these liquids still have a lot of water in them. So that goes to show you how important water is. But yes, literally every matter around you could be melted into a liquid. Now, water melts pretty easily in our temperature. But yes, you could melt your table if you got it hot enough. Usually doesn't get to that point. Usually it sort of burns up before it gets to that point. But you could take a rock and you could melt it. What happens when you melt a rock? Does anyone remember what that looks like when it comes out of a volcano? That's it, lava. So yes, even rocks can be melted into a liquid. So there we go. You can see the ice cubes melting away into a liquid. All right, now take that same water, that liquid water, and I boil it. I get it up to 100 degrees centigrade. So not 0 anymore, not in between, 100. As soon as you hit 100 degrees centigrade, water changes again. It stops becoming a liquid and starts boiling away into a gas, into steam, we call it when we're talking about water. But steam is a type of gas. It's basically water in a gas form. So what can we say about gases? Now, we might be able to see gas, the steam initially when it turns into a gas. But if you leave it for a while, it sort of disappears. Gas is very hard to see. Most gases are invisible to our eyes. We're breathing a gas right now. Yes, we're breathing oxygen and nitrogen, and it's invisible to our eyes, mostly, unless a lot of dirt and gets picked up in like a hurricane or something like that. But it's usually invisible. There are lots of other gases which are invisible as well. So they certainly exist. There's still a type of matter, but they're usually invisible to our eyes. It doesn't mean that they're not as real anymore. Water is real both as a solid, as a liquid, and as a gas. And as we know, when it comes to like precipitation and stuff, like you've learned in P3, that gas goes up into the air, it cools down and gradually becomes clouds and starts raining down on us again as a liquid. Yes, absolutely. Unless, of course, you live very far north or south, in which case it's so cold it becomes a solid, becomes snow. Amazing stuff. All these different changing states of matter. Now, can you remember which of these is a solid, liquid, or gas? I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to work it out by the time you're in P4. The ice cube's a solid. The middle one, yes. What is it? Don't tell me it's a water. It's a liquid. And lucky last, we're not talking about the kettle. We're talking about what's coming out of the kettle. The gas is called steam. I just gave you the answer, didn't I? Yes, it's gas. So solid, liquid, and gas are the three states of matter. And literally every type of matter can change into those different states if the temperature is right. Some are very easy to change. Some are very difficult to change. Anyway, that's your introduction to the three states of matter. Please progress to your homework. It's pretty easy this week. It's just a bit of an introduction homework. If you got any questions, please contact Mr. Hammonds or Ms. Wu on Seesaw, and we will help you out. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to be fairly confident with this. And yes, next week we will have not only science, but we'll have history as well. So from now on, as long as we've got a full week of school, we will be doing 2 topics every week, science and history. Okay, have a great week, guys. Remember, it is a short week. Thursday and Friday this week are public holidays. So we've got a little bit of a smaller homework block for you. Okay, good luck, everyone.